about this stuff.
I don't know.
Chip.
Let's
Chip.
go.
Chip.
Hey.
Chip.
Hey.
Chip.
What is going on, world? It is your girl, Black Barbara Walters.
Chill. Welcome on the building.
And of course,
Tell them if they want it, they can come.
About to bang on
music
these
today.
niggas.
Swirl on my city, I just want love.
I'm from the murder cap.
See me, they say when we ain't ready for that.
Sipping and spilling the gap.
Detroit verse, everybody.
That guy.
What up, though?
Detroit versus everybody.
The factor that he had that dramatic pause
Yeah, I'm used to
after
it.
the music stopped.
I'm used to it.
I'm used to it too, but it still don't make that it's not, funny as hell.
What up, though?
Anyway, welcome to another edition of I Often Wonder. You already know what it is. We are in season 2.
Right.
And we're doing a little bit of current events on today. But before we get into that, let's take care of some house rules, house regulations,
Business.
protocols, all that kind of stuff. What's up to the Clubhouse family? You guys join in. Make sure you
What's
invite
good?
a
What's
friend,
good?
invite somebody else that's following you. Let them know that the gang is on. To all of our social media platforms, welcome. And for those that are new, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Gang.
And if you forget what social media platforms we're on, we got you. Just check out the website, www.ioftenwonder.com. You'll find everything right there. Listen, we're going to go ahead and dive into this this topic. There you go. It's only right that I stutter at least once a show.
All right.
It's only right. So on yesterday, which was January 20th, 2021, we got a new president.
Show
Really?
A new vice president.
Down.
Listen, I don't know about how many people are as excited as I am because Trump is gone. Thank you for what you accomplished, didn't accomplish, how many people you pissed off. Thanks. Your time is now up. And we've got Joe Biden.
Biden. Hey, so I ain't gonna front y'all. So I didn't watch the inauguration.
I only watched parts of it because it was all day long.
Now I did see a meme
Oh, God.
about that Bible that Biden had his hand on. Tell me why he was just as old as the Bible that his hand was on. Them jokers about the same age.
All right, since you want to start off on the memes,
Okay,
so
here we go.
right, you want to start off on the memes, we go ahead and we'll
Bernie
go,
Sanders meme.
bruh. First of all, and I've got the picture pulled up. That's what makes it even funny. So Bernie Sanders looks so unbothered. He literally had his mittens, he had his mask, his gloves, he had his leg crossed like, here we go again. But the inauguration looks so different this year.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with everything that took place on the Capitol, last week?
A couple of weeks ago.
There were very few people out there. Most of the people that were in the crowds, especially when the president decided to take his walk to the White House, were literally National Guard members and the select few, which if I had to guess or take an educated guess, are probably people that were close to the first family and friends and things of that matter that were allowed there.
Right.
Now, let me get you guys' opinion on this. Clubhouse, you guys too, we'll open the floor to you guys in just a minute. What do you guys feel about having a new president? What are you expecting for Biden in these first? No, let me rephrase. I'm sorry. What do you think is going to be a key factor in Biden's success for these next 4 years?
Do everything different that Trump did.
Right. That would make sense.
I mean, he's gonna have to try to get these COVID numbers under control.
Boom.
I mean, that's the biggest obstacle right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think COVID's going to be his biggest battle.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, they kind of tired of the way things are now, and the lockdowns and stuff like that.
I mean, we a year into the shit.
Right. So, people kind
Bruh,
of
I'm
over it now.
When I tell y'all over it is not the word, I am so tired of getting tested every week because I have to get tested every week at my job. And the thing about it is, for those...
Are they doing the nasal?
Yes.
Ooh.
It's annoying. I feel like I got chlorine in my nose every time they finish. And what's bad is because of the way COVID is set up, they don't do the test. The nursing them don't do it. We have to do it ourselves. So there's a nurses there, but they're like, nope, keep going, keep going. I'm like, do you want me to touch the back of my head? Because I don't have any stick left to swirl.
Right.
But this is a thing though. So many people are afraid of what's going to happen that he might actually make it worse. I was in a clubhouse room on yesterday. Shout out to the host, McKenna. I think that was her name.
Okay.
But she was talking about how a lot of people are fearful. One, they don't want to get the vaccine, which we talked about last week. But as well as they think that if Joe opens the world back up, excuse me, President Biden, let me put respect on your name.
Sleepy Joe.
That it's gonna be even a worser case. So what do you guys feel on that? If you had to name one thing that you think that he should do as far as America and how to wrap this COVID kind of up, what would you think it would be?
Oh shit, I'll go first. I think just shut the whole damn country down.
I think we all can agree on that.
Shut our borders down, just like everybody else been doing. Stop playing. They acting like they ain't got the money to go ahead and just make sure that. I'd say if you come up with a stimulus plan that gives everybody enough money to live off of maybe 2 months, and you see the deaths go down, you see the COVID cases go down. Shut the country down. Give us enough money to just make sure everybody's living. That still keeps somewhat of the economy going.
Right.
Like I said, eliminate the deaths, eliminate the COVID cases. I mean, because if they're talking about a 2-week period that COVID does its thing, then if you got 2 months, that should clear up some numbers. And then, at that point, reconvene and see how the numbers are looking. And then if it's working, then slowly start opening the country back up. Slowly. As in, don't just open up the borders and, we all good. It was all good about a year ago. No, just go ahead and they got to come up with an actual plan to attack this mess.
Right.
And they got to take care of their people. I mean, if you had 81 million people out there going voting and people got sick going to go vote you in office, bro. So, like,
this is very true.
I'm just saying, like, if you got people going out there getting sick to go vote you in, like, at least, have the decency to take care of these people that went out and voted. Like, you got to take care of your people, man. That's the disappointing factor to me about this whole situation is the people. So we getting skipped over and missed. I'm done.
We always get skipped over. What are you talking about? Mel, what you think? What you feeling?
I think that shutting down the country would be a key thing. However, it's more difficult to do it now than it was in the beginning. Yeah. Because now you're dealing with people fed up for being locked in. So it's going to be harder to do. Not saying that it can't be done. It's going to be harder to do.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, they need to have some kind of robust plan to roll out these vaccinations. I mean, if you look at, I'm trying to think what country
I just
it
like
was.
that word. Sorry.
God, dog, it's slipping my tongue. So most of the CVS, Rite Aid, CVS and Walgreens, I think, got the deal to vaccinate people.
Yes.
West Virginia, that's what it was on the country. West Virginia, since they don't have that many Walgreens and stuff in their area, they decided to do it themselves. So since they did themselves, they so far ahead of us, of the rest of the country, in vaccinations, because it's not a corporate, a corporation doing it.
Right.
It's the citizens getting out, rolling up their sleeves and doing it. And I think that's what they need to do. And that's the problem a lot of times with politics in the U.S. Corporate people have too many hands in the things we're trying to do. And so it's about, then it becomes more about money.
That sounds about right.
Than about the people. So if Biden really serious about it, what he needs to do is kind of do the same thing that West Virginia did and roll up his sleeves and start vaccinating people. You know.
So let me.
I ain't taking that shit.
Right. I'm still very iffy on it. But let me ask you this. Okay, so we're talking about let's hypothetically, let's say that President Biden decides he's going to close the country down.
Okay.
Which means you're going to give enough food, for, enough financials for people to live off, like Lamar said, for at least 2 months. At minimum. Maybe more. So you still have your frontline essential workers. How are you going to take care of them? Because now they're still having to be out there. Because you think about it, for example, where I work, we are considered essential workers because if we get shut down, everybody's going to order online. Amazon is not going to stop.
Amazon ain't stopping.
Amazon's going to pick the heck up.
Bezos, he was already worth almost like $500 million.
Right.
Before the pandemic, probably more than that.
Right.
He was worth buku.
Bruh. But he's so dope. I appreciate him.
But
thank you for a job. Appreciate you.
But I'm saying he damn near tripled his worth in 3 months of the corona.
And he's taking care of his employees. I can say that much. Thank you.
Well, I mean, he's making so much. I mean, he damn near monopolized the whole shopping game. Let's be honest.
Online shopping game belong to Bezos.
Yeah, it belong to Amazon. I mean, Wish might have a small piece on the other overstock, but nah, Amazon, the big dog.
But this is the thing. So
yeah, y'all essential.
We're essential, right? But this is what I was going to say before we went on that small little tangent because I like my job. Thank you so much. You look at the warehouse that I work at.
Okay.
Okay. There are 4 floors. There are too many people to count. We have precautions that are in line for COVID-19, social distancing, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
We have a cleaning company that comes to clean this on site. We have all of that. But we still have positive cases. We are offered to get tested as often as we want. It's free to us as essential workers on the job site. However, period. You still have the irresponsible people who have the symptoms
and still
show up to work, or you have the ignorant folks, like I like to call them during my shift, who decide that, hey, I still am not going to distance myself. I'm going to stand right up on top of you and have a conversation and pull my face mask somewhere down.
Back up.
Listen,
6 feet, nigga.
They'll tell you in a heartbeat, I will quickly, hey, put your mask up. I ain't got time for all that. So what are we going to do in those cases? What do we feel like he's going to be able to do in those cases?
You can't do that. You can't do nothing. People gotta live it. They gotta make money to go and make sure that the kids is fed, keep the lights on,
right?
Food on the table.
But I think more to her point, it's not about shutting down those businesses. It's about the people who are in the business.
Right.
Yes, how do you keep them responsible? You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with y'all.
Okay.
I'm saying, how can you unless you just go down to just damn near martial law and you got the damn reserve in every city and saying don't be out on the streets. I mean,
but do we think that it'll have to get to that measure? Because part of me feels like for the U.S., because people are so strong-willed, determined to do what they want to do, that it's going to end up being that way. They're going to have people, because you're still, like we said, we've already been on lockdown twice. So you're going to have those people that want to get out and are going to be like, I have been cooped up in this house. I've got my children, my dog, my woman's getting on my nerve, my man's getting on my nerve, the whole 9. So is it going to come down to law enforcement having to be on every corner, every street? Because outside of you going to get groceries?
Look, at some point, I think you're going to have to go to extreme measures to deal with an extreme circumstance. I mean, I'm not saying that it has to get to that extreme, but there has to be some kind of. All right, so I put it like this. Every time we've gone on lockdown, especially in the state of North Carolina, who's there to regulate it?
Nobody.
But that's what I'm saying. So if you put a lockdown, where's the enforcer? Where's the regulator?
That was a conversation we had with what's her name? Singapore.
Vicky.
Yes, that was a conversation we had with Miss Vicky. Shout out to Singapore and all our listeners over
Talk about
there.
life.
Talk about life. Check it out on YouTube and
About life.
on
Yeah,
different
yeah.
podcast stations. But that's the issue, because remember, one of the things that she said was, over there, you step foot out your door, there was law enforcement there to take your behind the jail.
Right.
It was no ifs, ands, buts about it. You had to follow the regulations, and that's where I think U.S. right now is. We so strong willed, and everybody, freedom of speech, all that great kind of stuff. Do what they want to do. So
Right.
we gonna see President Joe. Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. Don't go to sleep on the wheel, bro.
Please don't. Make sure you put your do-rag on, tie your hair down, because yesterday it was kind of flying everywhere with the wind. Just saying.
Talking about that little mop top.
Yeah, it's a hot top.
Tie them strands down.
Now, I didn't know. First of all, let me back up.
All right.
Shout out to the Obamas. Did y'all at least see how strong, and I don't care what nobody says, it goes to Obama's then Bill Clinton as far as great presidents in my book. That's how I feel life. But to see the look that Michelle Obama, and it's actually become a meme, but Michelle gave Joe's wife, I can't remember her name at the moment.
Jill.
Thank you so much. Gave Jill that kind of motherly black woman nod and point, like, I got your back, like, we gonna knock this out. I think that showed America how strong that, leadership actually can be.
She's been in her shoes.
Right.
She's been a first lady.
And not only that, but think about everything that she accomplished as a first lady. The Obamas were really about the people, especially when it came to First Lady Michelle Obama. She was about the kids, making sure there were movements in place, about making sure that there were things to help them succeed. You saw her face on a lot of kid stations, on a lot of news stations, about those kind of movements, about like the Be Active movement, getting kids up and moving. There's a movement she did about reading and books. Yeah. She was all about the educational purposes, about furthering this country. Do we think that, First Lady Jill is going to follow in her footsteps and take some of those things? Because so far she's been very quiet. She's literally been
Kind of playing the side.
yeah, just letting Joe run the show, Or do we think that Vice President Harris is going to take that role and do those kind of movements?
Well, to answer your question, and I think that's a dope question.
Thank you. Gotcha.
With Kamala Harris being a woman, I think it's going to be more of her role to speak up and be more present. I'm not saying that Jill Biden should be quiet, but I think that she should be able to pick up certain things that I think Kamala Harris might not be able to handle because she has certain other obligations.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, I mean, the Biden's been in this spotlight before.
Right.
I mean, to me, it may be unfair, but my expectations are going to be higher because, one, you're talking about Joe Biden has been in politics for
Ever.
40, 50 years.
Right.
And then not only that, being a vice president, you already been in that huge.
Yeah, he's been in the White House.
Yeah, he's been in that huge spotlight before. So to me, this transition from being a vice president to being president, I'm not saying that it's an easy transition, but I mean it's almost similar platforms that you've been in.
Right.
Both him and his wife. I mean, being the first lady to the vice president, it, to me, is just as much scrutiny as being first lady to the president.
Most
and
definitely.
being vice president is just as much scrutiny to being president. So I think in that transition, it's going to be a lot easier for them to handle certain media relations and things like that with different countries because you've been in almost that shoes before.
Right.
So that's why for me, my expectations are going to be high. I'm expecting the Biden campaign and cabinet to just go ahead and finally break that mold of stop bullshitting and being that government officials to actually make it 100% about the people and not the companies that run America. I need it to be about the people. It has to.
And I think that's the difference. I think, that was the
Yeah.
difference. If we just compare Trump's term to now, that's going to have to be the difference. You have to give Trump his props where it's due, and he's a businessman. He makes business and power moves in that aspect of life. So, of course, he's going to look out for the business mogul.
Yeah.
But like we said, it's 2021. This country has pretty much, in my opinion, pretty much hit a almost going back into a Great Depression kind of state. So you've got to remember, okay, what do the people need? What are they looking for? What are we pushing for? What are the movements that we're going to do? What are we going to address? What are we not going to address?
Right.
How can I make sure that we're not belittling our people and empowering every walk of life, not just the rich and the empowered, but the person that literally is living from check to check? What can we do to make sure that they're surviving and they're actually an asset to our country, to our economy, all of that kind of stuff?
Shit, living to check ain't even the way of life right now. It's literally survival of the motherfucking fittest right now.
It's called dodging all bill collectors until you figure it out.
Through the Heisman.
Because Lord knows I've had to do it.
I think that Biden, let me say, without putting my political thoughts into it, but I think,
too late.
but I think the Biden other obstacle is, let me say it from this standpoint, he has to break down some of the things that Trump put up. That divisiveness. He got a part of the country disenfranchised that's following Trump. It's like anti-government, they anti-Democrat, anti-minority,
anti-everything that's positive.
So he has to find a way to try to either bring a portion of those people over here.
Yeah.
Then he has to figure out how those people who have not made any money due to COVID, due to some of the tax cuts that gave to the rich and didn't give none to the poor.
Okay.
Some of the policies and stuff that was put in place, he has to find a way to deal with that issue too. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to be an easy road, and I think one of the things he has to do is to try to stay transparent as possible. Deal with the COVID issue, because I think if you can give people some kind of hope, that's the thing. It's not about really totally eradicating COVID, because you might not be able to do it, and especially not the first year.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? But if you can give people hope, now you give them something to hold on to.
Yeah.
Now they got something to hold on to. They can get behind you and ride you in this presidency.
Right.
Right. But he already started out disenfranchising Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. By shutting down the pipeline.
Yep.
The Keystone Pipeline was shut down. Alberta lost their money. Don't worry about it. Alberta lost the money and stuff. So they already had got the permits and everything already, through Trump.
Right.
So now you come in and you turn that down. It looks like the United States can't keep their word. So you already have that. Then now he has to go on. I can't remember. I don't know if it's tomorrow or the next day. He has to talk to Justin Trudeau. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the first thing he's going to bring up. Yeah. What about that? And I'm listening, because I listen to a lot of Canadian radio anyway. A lot of them talking about they felt gut punched. A lot of them talking about they felt betrayed, by what Biden done. Even though, I hate to say it, Biden already said he's going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he been said it. He said it throughout his whole campaign.
You can be disappointed, but you shouldn't be surprised. No. You know what I'm saying? He said he's going to do it. Now, my thing is he has to kind of mend that, because we've been allies with Canada for
forever.
You know what I'm saying? So he needs to mend that fence.
Forever.
Because there's a lot of time. I mean, we need to be unified with Canada.
Right. You would think that we
got
would
so
be.
many
We're right on the border.
We got a lot of trade, a lot of stuff that comes back and forth.
Now, you're not wrong. Mm-hmm. You're not wrong. But I think the biggest problem with America has always been they are quick to take care of stuff outside of America.
Okay.
And to me, my thing is you can't call United States united because I can't even remember the last time it's been united.
Haven't been since I've been born.
Pretty much.
So I mean,
much call the states.
see, but they call it the states, or call it
The United White States.
Okay, here we go.
I'm just saying.
You went deep into your militant, but
I'm just saying.
ain't nothing wrong with being militant, but ain't no
Jesus.
Power to the people.
Yeah, you don't
Here
mention
he
that
goes.
shit. I mean, either call it I guess call it America. I guess.
United European States.
I'm just saying, take the United out.
Oh,
When has America?
European
It's
States.
never been united. Even if you go back to
States for everybody except for you niggas.
I mean, that's.
that sounds pretty much the truth.
I can't even say nothing
That,
to debut that. That's.
I don't think anybody. But if you, but you have a point. You have a point. If you even go back to how they say,
The states where we tolerate you nickels. I mean,
I hate y'all.
what do you want me to say?
I hate y'all. God knows.
The views and opinions of these niggas.
Is what we feel. Nah,
Excuse me.
I ain't faking the front
Oh,
on that one.
What, how'd that test come back?
Yeah, you doing a lot.
Do a lot of
Came
coughing,
back
nigga.
negative.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you
just
very
saying, a lot of
much.
coughing over there.
It's called bronchitis. I get it
It's called
every
COVID
January,
Baba
February.
Waters.
We got no
Wait,
COVID.
my nigga, you can't sit here and say that a code is only monthly circulated.
No,
Like,
I
only by
always,
month.
no, I always,
Right.
it always.
Ooh, it must be February or January.
No,
My shit fucked
fools.
up.
My menstrual, then my cold.
I always
tablet.
get it at least once or twice, you ignorant fools, between the months of December to like March when it gets cold.
Oh damn! Now you done stretch your
I'm just
timeline.
trying to tell you guys, you know what?
Pseudo-fans and maxi
Back to
pads.
the topic. Matter of fact, while I beat them up for a second, y'all hold on. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna dive into having the first female black vice president. Y'all stay tuned.
Pulling out the coupe at the lot. Told him fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal. I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals. We been trapping like the 80s. She said the nigga so. Got the cash out. Told him wipe a nigga no. Say slash slash. I won't never sell my soul. And I can back that. And I really wanna know where you at, where? I was at back, where the stash at? Cruise the city in a bulletproof Cadillac. Cause I know these niggas out there where the bag at. Gotta move smarter, gotta move harder. Nigga try to give me 5 mile water. I lay his ass down on my son, on my daughter. I had the Draco with me, Dwayne Carter. A lot of niggas out here playing, ain't ballin'.
And we are back. Bruh,
Got a cash app.
That song is everything. I love that song.
Hey, Variety was put that shit out. That shit.
That song
Crazy.
is great. The fact that he can always do the sound effects is ridiculous. Listen, we are back. We're talking about the presidential inauguration from yesterday.
Yesterday. You good?
Good.
Y'all gotta remember.
Yesterday.
Before I come, so for those that are listening and for those that are watching, when I come to the studio, 9 times out of 10, I am literally waking up an hour beforehand. And it means I have not been talking. I have not, listen, I'm just going to start getting up earlier because y'all not going to play me. It's what y'all not going to do. But we're talking about yesterday.
How's
And
that our fault?
Right.
I didn't say it was
Suck
y'all
a
fault.
nigga so.
I just said I've got
Got a
to get
cash
up
app?
early.
Hey.
Sweet Jesus. But history was made on yesterday.
Okay.
Big history for our black community.
Okay.
You saw all over social media and different timelines that yesterday was Wear Your Pearls and Chuck Day in honor of, that's for the females. There were some men that
there's
had
some men that
pearls
wear
on,
pearls.
and it was
Yeah, they
The
kind
only
of
pearls I got is pearl tongue.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying.
That boy said, la, 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 la.
That was
So maybe for me, what I do is I get your pearl tongue. I leave my chucks on while I'm hitting it.
My gosh. He always got to be such a nigga.
I'm trying to help out. Trying to do my part.
Tiffany, help me here, please.
I'm trying to do my part. Pearl and Chucks, nigga. Pearl and Chucks. What's up?
Tiffany.
Tiffany, call Mom Dukes.
Please call her. Please,
I'm trying to help you niggas.
please
out
put
here.
her on to
I'm trying to
Clubhouse
support. I'm with you,
so
Kamala.
she can
I'm
join
with you.
in. Cause, but no, it showed a different kind of unity on yesterday when it came to the Black community.
Some
Especially,
unity.
Yeah.
I ain't part of that unity. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Let me finish. I was
Listen.
trying to create it.
Now you go ahead. I'm gonna be the Scrooge. I don't
That's
care.
fine. You could be the Scrooge.
Scrooge McBlack.
But for
Bah
the,
humbug.
what I was trying to say was for the Black women.
Okay.
It showed a different kind of unity because you saw all different ones. And if people don't know, she is Vice President Harris is an AKA. They are known for their pearls. She's been seen, walking around in her suit with her chucks on. There are so many different reasons for why it was, granted that yesterday was that day in honor of her. But you saw deltas wearing the pearls and the chucks, wearing the pink and the green, which they don't ever do.
Nah, they ain't gonna never do that.
So it showed a different side. As a Black woman, I was super, super excited because this is a different kind of history. She is setting a precedence for every other Black woman. She's showing that we can make it this far, number one, by partnering up with someone who knows the ropes and is willing to take a chance and to see what she can do in the office. Now we know when we talked about the presidential election earlier in season 1, we definitely ran into the factor of there was so much scrutiny going towards her for her not identifying with Black America, with her, I think we said what she was considering herself Indian.
Yeah.
Is that what that's what was reported. That's what the facts that we found on several different places. So now that she's in the White House, the Vice President house, she has a lot of work ahead of her. And I loved what her comment was yesterday as she was taking her walk to the Vice President's house. A news reporter asked her, how does today feel? What does today feel like? How are you feeling about this walk? And she's like, I'm walking to my first day of work. That lets me know off gate that she has a mindset. I'm coming in here to make a change. Because even though yesterday was a celebration, you're not really thinking about working. And her mindset is, I'm going to work. Even during this walk, I'm going to work. So I'm literally walking in this house and I'm going to start working. Now, if she started working or not yesterday, we don't know. We'll never know. But if somebody's on the inside of y'all want to leak that information, our email is ioftenwonder19@gmail.com. Appreciate you. We'll keep it confidential. But how are you guys feeling as Black men? What are you guys feeling about seeing her? We know you about to be the bah humbug.
Yeah, I'll be Scrooge. I'm at
How do y'all feel about this? What do you think it's going to be for our Black community, and what do you think what effect it's going to have on the world?
I do have my
Bah humbug moment too.
yeah.
Am I the only one that's happy about her being
No,
here?
see, here's the thing. Because
It's not that I'm not happy.
okay, she's a Black woman, first Black woman president.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I can get on board with that, celebrate that, but I'm still got the side eye because I seen what you done before.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And same with Biden.
Bingo.
Now, Biden got a lot of votes because it was more, I'd rather have you than Trump.
Hatred for Trump.
You know what I'm saying? So now he has to get in there, or they have to get in there and prove that it wasn't just about a hatred for Trump, but that you can win over those people who just voted you just because you was the better choice.
Okay.
It was a historical moment, so I don't want to I want to be negative about that part, okay? Because it was a historical moment. So I do want to, get behind that, celebrate it. But at the same time, I can't. It's hard for me to forget what you've done. It's hard for me to forget that you're only black when you need black votes.
Ooh.
You're only black when you need black people.
Wow.
It's hard for me to forget that. So I'm still gonna be looking at you side eye like, all right, nigga, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. It's hard, but like at the same time, I'm about black people, so I want to see black people win. So that was a historical moment, and I'm gonna try to, let that go until they start moving in the office.
Until they start making power moves.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna say, okay, nigga, that smelling kind of fishy. That smelling kind of fishy. But yeah, I just think that. Because like when she first was running, you had a lot of people, ooh, Kamala Harris running, and they was getting behind her. And I was like, You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to vote for Biden because I don't want Trump.
That part.
But I ain't about to get on the Kamala Harris and Biden bandwagon.
Just to run with it.
Just to run with it.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is.
Yeah.
Nigga, I remember the crime bill. You know what I'm saying? I ain't forgot that. I
But see,
remember when she locked up a lot of niggas.
But I think that's the thing. I think a lot of people don't find the factuals of that, and we talked about that, before. There are a lot of things that she's done in her past that for our community don't sit right. But are we supposed to be the good citizen and keep that just in our remembrance and forgive her for it and see what she does now? Or do we still hold her accountable for those things?
Hell no.
All right, so it's my turn to be.
It's your time.
It's
Come
my
on.
turn to be.
Come on, Bob.
I mean, a lot of things that Jamel said is kind of some reasons why I'm not like, oh yeah, and shit. I mean, I equate this situation to like being in a relationship and a motherfucker keep cheating on you and you just keep taking them back.
Right.
Ooh. That'll be another show.
Yeah, that's another show. I'm just saying, look, I'm 100 on what Mel said. Like, I think that whole situation was having her on the ticket as vice president was
strategic.
it was strategic. It was straight
Very.
strategy.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Very much so.
But I mean, I won't fault him for that.
No, I'm not. I'm saying because he did that because he wanted to win.
Right.
All right. So strategy. Mm-hmm. Boom. Cool. I'm just saying, as in, I can't jump and just holler and be like, "Oh, Kamala, she's in there." Look, I get the historic pieces of yesterday.
Right.
Big ups to her being the first woman to make vice presidency.
Right.
Big ups. That is huge.
Right.
If one of my daughters decide they want to jump into politics and they want like, oh well, Kamala did it, maybe I can do it. Well, cool.
Right.
That's a door opener right there. I get that part. I'm not downplaying that. I
Right.
respect that. I'm just saying the fact that she's even got to that position was all strategic.
Okay.
It wasn't. I don't know if she made the best candidate for vice president. I don't know that. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is, it was convenient for her to start acting like, oh my gosh, I'm so black this, I'm so black that. Like, no, shawty, you ain't ever you know what I'm saying? Like, just because you was born in Oakland don't mean you down with us.
Right.
Just because you wearing Chucks and Timbs coming off of Air Force One don't mean you down for us. I mean,
that's true though.
Just because you AKA don't mean you down for us. Look, and now that I'm older and now that I understand politics, I can even go back to just Obama. Just because he looked like us don't mean he was necessarily down for us.
Right.
Because there were some bills and stuff that he passed that motherfuckers really
if they
look
really
at.
looked at it, they would have disowned
yeah,
him too.
it's kind of iffy. It's kind of shaky.
Right.
So my thing is, at the end of the day, this is why I'm saying when it comes to politics, and this is why I try to stay away from it. And this
I
is why,
stay away from it if it weren't for this show.
And this is why I try to, when it comes to situations like this, is because I don't think having her on the ticket was true intentions to represent the people that she claims to represent.
Right.
It was all strategy. And that's why I will, look, I'm with Mel. I'm going to side high her and Biden this
Right.
whole term.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I have to scrutinize because for me, when when Obama was running and when Trump first ran, I was living in a different lifestyle. It was just me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to worry about too much.
Right.
I had to worry about me. Now
That's all we said.
but now I have a family. So I'm looking at policies that are being passed and stuff like that.
Right.
Because politics affect me in a different way now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, my eyes are going to be open. Most importantly, my ears are going to be open.
Right.
And one thing that ain't going to be shut is my mouth.
Well, I don't think that ever was shut.
No, it wasn't. But
Okay, I just want to make sure.
I'm just hoping that now that her and Biden are both in the seats, that, like I said earlier, at this point, stop making it about whether it's Democrat or Republican. Make it about the people that are the lifeline
Right.
of this country. I don't give a damn about, look, all these billion-dollar companies that coming out of America, cool. But without the lifeline of the people that actually do the work
Yeah.
for those companies to get rich,
Right.
what do you have?
I agree.
So, look, take care of your people. That's all I'm going to say. Take care of your people.
We gonna see if they take care of them or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just excited there's a woman in the house.
Hey, it's cool now.
It's cool, though.
Yeah.
It's great. Now, did I wear Chucks and pearls yesterday? Absolutely not. I was in my pajamas, hair, scarf, and a bonnet until it was time for me to go to work. Matter of fact, I watched the end of the inauguration.
Man, that shit was all day. I ain't watched not a lick.
I watched when they did their walk to the houses because my sister came in the room. She gave me my mail. I was still half asleep. She said, "We got a new president." Threw my mail and left and closed the door. And I was like, "What?" I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll catch it on rerun. But yesterday, I think yesterday showed that even with all this going on in the world, everything is different. Everything looks different. Everything feels different. There's usually an excitement going all in through Washington right now with everything that's going on. It wasn't there. So it made things a bittersweet moment for America.
Right.
Now, let me ask y'all this, because we know there are still so many, we said it earlier, so many Trump supporters that are completely pissed off, that are still wanting vengeance.
Yeah, they still mad.
Do we think that there is going to be more incidents like the Senate takeover here in the next couple months because of how now he's in office? It's official. There's no more recounting votes. They've been sworn in.
Shit, the moving trucks didn't already move all the Trump shit out.
Right.
They didn't already had the whole COVID cleaning crew in there.
Yeah, and they made sure that was known, because that's the thing. Like,
I
all
saw they spent like almost half a meal.
but you got to think about it.
God,
And this
damn.
this was my issue with
half a meal for a deep clean.
But this was my issue with Trump.
Goodness.
Remember,
clean
everyone
it
in
for half
his
a meal.
family,
Hell
I
yeah.
kill it. Yeah,
Bro,
everybody
they
in his
made a cleaning
family
company's
had
life right there.
everyone in his family had COVID,
Yeah,
and they refused to wear masks. They, that was during his whole thing where he's not wearing a mask. They end up catching it. They're living in the White House, and there are people that have no choice but to be around. So, yeah. You just, the one thing that I need for both President Joe and Vice President Harris to do is to, if they're going to tell the people to do something, especially since we're still in this pandemic,
they better do it. They damn.
I need them to do it too. You have to. We talk all the time when we tell, especially with kids, tell them.
It's funny you said that. I'll give them credit, because every function I've seen them doing,
Oh, they got a mask.
they've been masked up.
Oh, yes, sir.
So, I mean, look, because even when I manage restaurants, I'll ask somebody to, clean out the fryer, take care of the grease. And they're like, well, why you want me to do that? And I'm like, you can't be scared to do that. Trust me, I've been there. Matter of fact, I'll do it this time. you got it from
I'm about to
from
say,
here on out.
you can make. I'll make sure you know how to do it the correct way.
Yeah, I'll show you.
I've got the burn marks to show you I've done it.
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, to me, leadership across any board, if you are asking people who are under you to do anything, you have to get them to trust that you have done it before.
Right. And I think that's definitely where they are right now. They're having to earn America's trust right now. If they do not earn our trust, then the next 4 years are going to be pointless. You know, we're in that stage we're in a vulnerable stage because one, we're in this pandemic. A lot of people don't know where their next meal, where their next moment is coming from, where their next breath is coming from. So we're in that stage of, hey, let me show you what I've been talking about throughout my whole campaign. Yeah. Let me prove to you that I've got the interests of the people, that I've got the interests of the black people. You know, when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement, do we think that Harris is going to take on that movement? That she's going to put her input more into it? But you know, unfortunately, I have to say it this way: when we hit that kind of issue again, because it's
gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen again. So, and you know, Trump, you know, made his appointments on it and said his piece on it, which some people agreed with, some people disagreed with, some people just wanted him to shut up. I was one of those people like, shut up, because you have money, power, and everything, so you don't know what it's like. Do we think that she's going to pull the Oakland card and, you know, be like, you know, I know what it's like to live on this, that, and the third, even though I doubt that she does. It's like we just say, you can't, you know, just say I'm from Oakland and not really know what, you know, the struggle, like, because you don't act like you know the struggle. So,
right.
What do we think? Do we think she's going to take that movement on? Do we think what are our predictions when it comes to her? We already know what we said about Biden, but what are we thinking about when it comes to her and how she's going to run the seat of the vice president?
I think it all depends on. We don't really know how Biden is going to run his presidency. You know, how much rope he's going to give her, how much leeway he's going to give her, and that kind of thing. So I get it'd be hard to say based on that. But I'm sorry, I just don't have that much confidence in her. I'm in a wait and see kind of mode.
I think everybody is.
You know,
I really think everybody is, honestly.
You know, I'm just in the wait and see what goes on because I can't trust it.
Hey.
Probably gonna be telling me not to trust it.
Here he goes with the music references.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was thinking about this when I was at home, thinking about on the way over here on how to actually feel about this situation. I'm at that point when it comes to politics. I'm kind of almost like Jamel. I'm at wait and see, but you know. Is it too far-fetched to just say, like, just get rid of all this party affiliations and just get to the
need?
Well, yes, let's, whether you black, white, Asian, Latino, whatever, in America, to me, everybody has the same baseline of survival.
Correct.
Taking care of medical needs, taking care of family needs, as in health, wealth, and just pretty much stability. To me, that baseline goes across everybody's life, regardless of gender or race,
right,
or sexuality. Period.
Right.
It gets to where can I find affordable housing? Where can I find occupation that's going to allow me to afford this housing,
right,
and transportation, and food, and healthcare? To me, that's the baseline of everybody. At this point, this whole Democrat, Republican, or whatever, Tea Party, or whatever, Green Party, or to me, this whole party affiliation is starting to get too damn, taking too much control of just what the actual
purpose is.
Of what government should be about. Government should be about rules and regulations across the board. Should be about equality across the board.
Agreed.
Should be about how people can survive, live life across the board. And it's, all these policies and all this other shit is just getting, to me, is just out of control. So, I mean, if you're asking what her role is, I don't. I honestly, I'm having a loss of words because I don't know what to expect.
Well,
I'm just saying, going off her track record when
right.
she was Attorney General in California, it don't look too pretty.
But see, I don't have a problem with different parties and stuff like that because, you know, we all don't have the same ideology. We all don't have the same way we think and stuff like that.
Right.
The problem is that's good for healthy debate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the problem is that when you can't get past your ideology to do what's best for the overall people, that's where the problem lies. When big corporations is running the government and not the government, that's what the problem is.
Right.
Because now you're doing stuff based on your donors and not doing stuff based on
Your people.
your constituents.
Yeah.
So that's where the problem really is. You need to get you need to get corporations out of government.
Yeah, thank you for saying what I
Get them.
wanted to say so eloquently.
So properly
Yeah, so
put together.
properly, yeah.
Goodness.
You know, that's my thing. You know, they need to get those things taken care of first.
Oh yeah.
You know, now we'll ever get there, I don't know. I mean, you look at Ihan, I know her name, the Muslim lady.
Don't ask me. Y'all know I am bad with names.
Ihan, is that her name? Ilya Ihan, something like that. I know I'm saying her name wrong.
You see that?
But then you got her, you got AOC, you know, some of the young freshmen and sophomore Congress people in there.
Right.
They look like they are looking to do something like that. You know, more progressive policies, more progressive way of thinking. And I think that right there is what you need. Now, I like having an opposition there because it helps buffer the other group.
Right.
So I don't think everybody should be all progressive either. You should have different ways of thinking because I may be a progressive thinker, but then it may be something I can't see because of the way I feel about something, or I think about something. So you have the opposition up there, you come with a healthy debate, say, no, I didn't think about it like that. Mm-hmm. So I think that's not the issue. The issue is the money that's pushing these people that's in the office. Get that out. You know, I like the idea, I forgot who suggested it, but it should be term limits.
That's good.
You know, you shouldn't be able to be there for 50 years. Think about this. You got Congress people that's been in there.
They made a whole career.
Not only that, but they've been, in there since like the 50s and 60s.
Hell, Biden's one of them.
Right. I mean, I'm not denying that. I'm not saying, but my problem with that is that you still got 50s and 60s thinking.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's hard for you to think.
Out of date mindset.
That's like
so all your
putting-
policies are going to be
that's
50
like,
and 60 policies.
That's
Out-of-date
like
mindset.
that's like putting our train of thought and how we think in a room with our grandparents,
Right?
Who are not, you know, willing to change. They're set in their ways, and after a certain age, you know, you need to be. It's like retirement. You need to either retire on your own or be forced to retire.
Now, I don't have a problem. I don't think it should be all young people or all old people. But I think at a certain time of being in there, it's time. Okay, come on. Let's get some fresh ideas. Fresh everything in there, and just regenerate.
A refresh.
All right, a refresh.
A restart.
Hit the restart.
A reboot.
A hard reboot.
A hard reboot.
Like a computer system. Unplug it, turn it off, hit the button, hold it for 10 seconds,
Sometimes start
and
over.
then let it go.
Right.
But honestly, I feel like that's what our whole government needs, honestly, right now. It needs a very hard reboot. And I think that's going to be another issue that Biden's going to have to come across is how are you going to handle doing a hard reboot after these 4 years of Trump?
Look, to me, nothing's going to change until they reboot the Constitution.
Hello.
Oh, well, that's
We've
a whole nother discussion.
We said that.
I'm just saying,
We've said that several times. That you know what tangent that puts all of us on.
I know, but just hear me out. If you reboot the Constitution and you actually for once include everybody of your citizen, no matter what race, creed, or anything, that's where you have. To me, that's where you have to start at the ground roots and reboot everything.
Right.
Because when all the constitutions and the Declaration of Independence and everything was written, black folks were still slaves. Mm-hmm. They didn't give a damn about gay people. They didn't give a damn about Latino people. They didn't give a damn about transgenders.
I need them to give a damn.
But that's what I'm saying. Immigrants, they didn't care about them. So, they wrote it for those people in America in 1776 or whatever it was. So, to me, you have to reboot from the bottom, from the beginning. The foundation of America is built on shaky foundation.
The foundation crumbled a long time ago.
It's cracked. That's my opinion. Nobody has to agree with it.
You saying cracked? I'm telling you,
Broken.
The thing fell apart. We is literally living in a straw bucket that the wind can blow and it's taking over.
Yeah, and
that's the problem.
And the only people that survived, that built a sturdy enough house on this cracky foundation, is the people that came from money. And they don't look like us like that. So
none of them look like us. None of them have ever looked like us.
I'm just saying.
They can get as close as they want to by standing out in the sun, but the melanin doesn't work unless you are just born with it. I'm just gonna say. But we just wanted to give you guys
tear it down and start over, motherfuckers.
Oh wait, before we sign off, let me ask y'all
nigga.
this. I have to ask this because this was a conversation me and a couple of my friends at work had last night. So they were like, Alexis, you got to ask it on the show. So do we feel that Joe is actually going to make it through these all 4 years?
Nope.
He's 78 years old.
Nope.
He'll make it.
No, he ain't.
He'll make it.
No.
I don't think he will. If you look at every president that has started.
This cat's dying at 58 years old. NFL players like Kevin Green dying at 50
But not only that.
This old motherfucker. This old sleepy.
That's my thing. Not only that, if you look at the progression of how from year 1 to year 2, each president looks 10 times worse than what they originally started from the stress of the job.
Look at all that gray Obama got on his head.
Right. I don't think he's going to make it all 4 years.
Shit.
I hate to say it, and I don't wish death on nobody.
No. I'm not wishing bad.
I'm just saying.
I'm wishing him all their health and prosperity.
Right. Every last little bit of it.
So
God cover
We
him.
don't need them alphabet people knocking on that door.
Yeah.
We wish you great health, sir.
Yeah.
Listen.
Don't need no FBI knocking at nobody.
No.
Right.
We are covering you in prayer and everything, sir. I'll send a bottle of anointing oil to the White House. I got you. We good.
And put on your hair.
Hey, I'm just saying. I can't. Nope. I am not feeding into that shit.
I hate him.
Just saying. Trying to help this nigga out. Shoot.
I'm not. Nope. I can't.
I'm looking out for you, Joe.
I'm trying to get it together, but I can't. Oh, okay. All
Is
right.
it me? But is he coming down with like early stages, like dementia, or Alzheimer's, or something like that?
That's what
it's
worries
like sometimes
me.
he loses like his train of thought. Like,
But that's what worries me. Like,
I don't.
Nigga, this smoke a joint.
No, it might be too late for him, dog.
It'll help prove that memory.
No, it might be too late for him, dog.
No, it ain't never
he
too
should have
late.
started about 20 years ago.
Yeah, he should have started almost
30
40
years
years ago. It might be too late.
Maybe
for
Tiffany
him.
got something with the healing component.
Yeah.
Why can't I talk
I
today?
don't know, nigga.
That heavy tongue, cuz.
Every time.
Cat got your tongue?
Not today. Not today.
There was a pun in there.
And you saw I caught it too, right? You saw I caught it.
Oh, trust me, you threw it up there. We all caught
We
it.
caught it. We caught it. That's why I responded the way I responded.
Yeah, that's it. Keep it moving. Don't even pay attention
All
to
right.
that motherfucker.
Listen, thank you guys for tuning in
Yeah, it
to
might be
our
time to shut it down.
excuse me.
Oh, Jesus.
For our Clubhouse listeners, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you invite friends. We are going to be on every Thursday. For our social media platforms, thank you guys for making sure that you subscribe, share, and like. We just wanted to give you guys our opinion, keep you guys updated with
Of the
current
inauguration.
events. Stay tuned to social media platforms. We have flyers coming out. We have, do we want to announce it now, guys? So you guys heard us talk about it a little bit on the last show, but we are actually branching out. And we actually will now have a full entire network. It's called the I Often Wonder Network.
IOW network.
Thank you, IOW. Sorry. IOW just stands for I Often Wonder in my brain. So as you see, it's even a transition for
It's the
us.
same shit. It's
Yeah, it's the same
acronym.
shit. It's a transition for us, but we are looking at You know, he always got to be proven Mr. Right.
No, he just analytical like that. That's
Pain
what
in
he
my
do.
ass is what he is. But like you see, we are branching out. Shout out to Philip Riddick and R. Bop and
Shout out
Daddy
R. Bop.
Cook.
Daddy Cook.
They are a part of the IOW network. As well as we have a couple new shows coming for you guys.
Right.
IOW Sports is a part of the network.
Right.
So you guys stay tuned. Here in the next couple months, we will be launching a internet radio, which will be a part of the network. So even when we are sleeping, you guys can catch up with us. And we're just going to be opening the platform. So if you want to be a part of that network, if you want to get down with the movement, with the IOW movement, please send us an email to ioftenwonder19@gmail.com or hit us up on any of our social media platforms. You can go to the website. We have all the links there. We also have an area where you can comment or send an email directly to us.
Right.
If you're on any of our personal social medias, please feel free to hit us up.
Right.
Business owners, I need y'all to pay attention. If you are a business owner, if you know a business owner, please let them know. If you want a slot, if you want a commercial slot, a ad slot, please let us know so we can get you guys a part of this. We are about building our community, building Black enterprise, and that's what our goal is for 2021. This is only the beginning. You guys will see our faces everywhere. We are still in the process of doing 50 shows in 50 states. We are just waiting for COVID to go away because I'm ready to travel.
I know that's right.
But the biggest thing that's coming up, because we are coming towards the end of January, which, excuse me, choked up my gum.
Flag on the play. Like, God,
I'm glad to cover me up.
I choked on my gum, Jesus. I choked on the gum.
Go
We're
get
gonna
my
edit
mask,
that.
nigga.
We're gonna edit that out. We're gonna edit it out.
That was staying.
I know it will, because you keep everything in.
That's what she said.
But we have I swear he gets on my nerves. We have 28 days of Black excellence, Black power. Everything that's bliggity biggity black will be coming starting February 1st. Hey, listen, we are super excited about this. Is the very first big series of 2021.
Right.
We've got some dope people, authors, comedians, movie directors, wrestlers. You think about it, actors. We got it on there. Health, people that have done. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna drop one name.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna drop one name.
All right.
Pomone Romney. If you don't know who he is,
go
do your research. That'll let you know exactly how serious we are about this season 2. We told y'all in season 1, bigger and better things. So stay tuned. If you are not subscribed, if you are not following, if you don't have the notification button turned on, guess what? You're gonna miss it. So turn it on. Okay, just it's right there in the corner. You can pause us and do it right now. Actually, you ain't even gotta pause us. Just hit it. That's all you gotta do.
Hit it.
Clubhouse family, you guys are the newest addition to the team. Make sure that you are sharing, inviting people to the room. Turn notifications on for when we go live, so you guys can see.
Turn up.
You guys get the behind the scenes. Y'all get while we're still setting up. So y'all hear all of our junk talking. Y'all hear the technical stuff. Y'all hear all of that. So if you want the behind the scenes part of that, let us know. As you guys see, I haven't said it on the last show, but you see the boys are wearing the merch today. We still have merch available. Make sure that you go to the websites. The link is on the main website, and you can go there, or you can go to the social media platforms. Get some of the merches, as well as, thank you for everybody that just supports us and us, our little creative minds, as we take over the world like Pinky and the Brain. What are we gonna do today, Pinky?
Pinky in the brain.
Listen, I think that's all we had said and done. That's all house rules and everything. Make sure you guys are staying tuned every Monday and every Thursday for the IOW Sports. The guys go live. I join them on Thursdays. Until next time, next Friday at 6 p.m., I am your girl, Black Barbara Walters.
Chill. Welcome on in the building.
And of course,
It's that nigga.
we love y'all. We're out.
Hey.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
Hey.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee.
Hey.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee. 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 Ooh la la.
Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Jump out of my bed like where the bread. You go hold the egg. Waiter bring the check. When we talk, we Kalishnikov. Keep us in your thoughts. Fully dressed at the crack of dawn. Weapons heading off. I can hear them from the block.